You're listening to Depth of Fields with Jennifer Pan.
I think regarding the whole technology and kids, though, I definitely feel for it in the sense of, like, I worry a lot about their sense of identity in it. Like how you were saying, like, how people might, like, take something they say online and turn it into something else. And your identity is, I think, something to take away from, because it kind of gives you a sense of freedom in the sense of, like, your life situations. And for example, like this pandemic, like, this isn't the be all end all. You're still you. I'm not downplaying any of it, but, like, say you lost your job and that's terrible. Yes, that's not who you are. It might be devastating. Yes, but doesn't devalue you as a person.
Yeah, whatever tragic situations or circumstances that happen, you still have your own individual, I guess, fingerprint. Like, you are you, like, you're no one else. And work shouldn't, like, necessarily define you. At this day and age, like, the average person changes jobs every 5 years. So they're either finding a new craft or a new avenue or a new company to work for. Like, we're constantly evolving now. It's not 30 years ago where, everyone stayed at the same job for the rest of their life. Because of technology, it opens up way more opportunity to not necessarily jump around, but, like, really find their passion, really find, like, what they want to do. And sometimes maybe it is just for a season. And I don't think we should blame or put any negative energy towards people who maybe don't know what they want to do. And I think we should allow some wiggle room for everyone, however their age is, to kind of find themselves and to be their support. And I think putting too much pressure on
what you want to do,
our kids or family members or friends, I don't want to bring anybody down if they want to go pursue something that they want to try. I think we should, as a society, just be a little more empathetic. It's definitely different from what I grew up on, where I'm always told to, like, you need to go be a doctor, you need to go and have a stable job, you need to work for a company that has a lot of stability and all these things. And it's great on paper. I'm thinking, like, I wish I was doing something else. I wish you're not entirely happy with who you are sometimes. And I see that in a lot of, through, like, social media. Sometimes you can kind of tell that people are covering up things. Like, they're only presenting the happy.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's very common, I think.
Picturesque life. And I'm not necessarily thinking of, like, it's a jealousy thing. It's more of, like, I hope they're doing okay underneath all that. I hope the best for people, and I hope whatever they're going through, or whatever, whether it's relationships, financial, or just their own self-awareness, I hope that as a society we can just maybe stop being superficial and just be real. And I find that companies and social media, they're all doing it for the money. Like, I see so many ads on Facebook
all the
and
influencers,
Instagram just selling things, and I want to call it plastic. Like, it's not real. That we all need to be a little more human. I guess my advice for people who are going through some depression or anxiety through this time is, we're probably stuck at home, or there's financial difficulties, or we're scared for our future. I think we all need to just be grateful for what we have right now, that we're alive, and if we're not healthy, that we're going to get better. And if there is unfortunate times with family members, that I hope that this is a point in our lives that we can look back and grow from.
Yeah. It's interesting seeing how people react differently to the pandemic and staying at home. I think people are having to kind of actually, sit down and kind of sit in their emotions and kind of sit with, like, their thoughts, kind of realize, have a chance to actually slow down and just kind of be with themselves. And of course with their family too, if they have family. But hopefully we take away, hey, maybe we do need to carve out more time to sit with ourselves. And I mean, you don't have to meditate. You can do whatever you want, but just journal, or, anything that you can reflect. It can be real helpful because there might be things that you may not even realize are bothering you, but you just keep kind of covering it up with other things that are happening or places you need to go. You don't realize that there's something that's kind of underlying and you're kind of suffering from it, but you're just kind of going through the motions. Vulnerability, like you were talking about, and just being honest. And I hope that can be taken from this experience, from the whole thing. I mean, I have another friend who she actually does post some, her hard times, and it's just so real. Like, it's so different to see that because, like you were saying, a lot of people don't do that. And I appreciate her a lot. Sometimes it is hard to see, and it's like, oh man, like I feel for her. And I definitely don't think it's out of like, oh, let me feel sorry for myself. It's not that at all. And she's just being honest, and she's, being vulnerable and putting herself out there saying, hey, like, I'm going through this. You're not alone either. Like, because, I'm going through this crap too. I think that's really inspirational, just in the sense of life can suck. It's not all like puppies and rainbows or kittens and rainbows.
Thanks for listening. You've been listening to Depth of Fields with Jennifer Pan.